Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review Isn't It Romantic? And I remember seeing the trailers for this film for the first time and getting excited because I said, you know what, this looks like this could be a lot of fun. I think it's a different kind of romantic comedy where it's gonna make fun of it, but obviously still hit on some of the romantic comedy aspects and coming out around Valentine's Day. And you know what? It, for the most part, did exactly what I thought it was going to do, and it was a decently fun little film. And obviously, it does still lean on those romantic comedy cliches. There's some parts that are just really cheesy, and are like, okay, didn't see that one coming. And maybe some of the writing and the story weren't as original and as funny and biting as I thought it could have been, which the hope was this was going to be a real like satire lampooning of romantic comedies, and it has that, and those moments I thought were really funny, and I thought it did a nice job. But there are a decent amount of times in this film where it really just leans right into, okay, this is a romantic comedy too. And some of those aspects really work for me. I really appreciate the musical numbers in this film. I thought they were a lot of fun, and there's a lot of charisma and chemistry to go around in this film. And I think that has a lot to do with the wonderful cast that makes up this film. Rebel Wilson, not really the hugest fan of her, but I thought that she did a fantastic job in this film, and I think she was a great fit for what this film was trying to do. She brought a lot of charisma, and she honestly hit on a lot of those comical moments and those biting commentaries. It really worked for her, and she owned it. And not every actor in this film had a whole lot to do. She was obviously the main one. A lot of them pretty much played stereotypes. Like Adam Devine plays a really nice guy. He's charming and he's likable, and you can tell why. There's interest there, and Liam Hemsworth basically plays two jerk kind of characters, and one's maybe not so obviously a jerk. And usually I don't think he's really entertaining or engaging in films, and I thought he did a fine job in this film. And Priyanka Chopra, I think, could have been used a little bit more, but I think she does a nice job. I really enjoyed Betty Gilpin, who's from Glow, who's fantastic in that show, and I thought she did a nice job in her small role in this film. And honestly, the cast was one of the highlights, and they try to sell their comedy and their lines the best as possible, and most of the time it really does work. And honestly, Todd Strauss-Schulson, who directed this film, I think does a good job of making a beautiful film, because there's a lot of colors along with the cinematography in this film. It's like a lot of the production design is where a lot of the joke is, because it's that physical comedy or that visual comedy of New York being like super nice looking, and I think they really make a really engagingly beautiful world to set this goofy comedy in. And I laughed, maybe didn't laugh as much as I would have liked, and some of the parts felt really bland and straightforward and cliched, but there's other parts that really brought it up past that point. So overall, I think this is a fine film. I would recommend it. It's a fun time at the movies, especially if you wanted to go see like a romantic film. This is definitely that romantic film to go see at this point, and I think it's worth your time. It's worth checking it out, and it's like an hour and 28 minutes, so you're not losing out on a whole lot. But comment, let me know what you think, and let's talk about the film, and thank you as always for supporting your Wasteland reviewer.